Hello, welcome back to DCS Debrief at the Air Warfare Group, continuing the Defensive BFM series with an explanation of the immediate priorities and assessment of the Bandit position. Remember, I'm not a fighter pilot. These presentations are not authoritative. They're information inferred from my own professional air warfare experience where it's relevant, directly referenced official open source literature and anecdotal information from people who know these topics as their profession. It's presented for critique and to add to the overall body of information on the topic of air combat in simulation games like DCS World. Like many tactics, techniques and procedures, application differs in key areas between the game and real life, and as such these presentations are only relevant to the game. I hope you enjoy it. So when we find ourselves defensive, we must have a means to survive the attack and neutralise the fight so that we can kill the bandit, separate, or at least give our wingman time to come to our aid. The first step in this process is to defeat the initial attack and generate immediate problems for the bandit. This is the defensive break turn, or DBT. You must not only be able to fly a DBT, but also recognise and react to bandit errors that occur when they enter your turning circle. The aim of this video is to explain the defensive break turn and how to assess the bandit's entry into your turn circle. By the end of this presentation, you should have a good understanding of how to fly a good DBT, how to assess the quality of the bandit's turn circle entry, and the geometry that's being set up by the bandit's entry. So I'll first cover the DBT mechanics. I'll then discuss how the bandit aircraft will appear to you depending on their entry and any errors. I'll finally discuss the geometry set up by each entry. Your response to any errors will be the focus of the next video. The fight is assumed to start with a fighter wholly defensive and the bandit outside your turn circle. Remember that you can only threaten aircraft outside your bubble. Therefore, your first task is to immediately generate as many range, angles and closure problems as possible. The only effective way to do this is to execute a maximum rate break turn into the bandit. This achieves several immediate priorities. 1. It rotates your vulnerable rear quarter away from the bandit. 2. It collapses your bubble size and therefore holds the bandit outside of your turn circle for longer. 3. It rotates your nose towards the bandit, which may threaten them. 4. It creates turn rate to defeat missile shots, an effect amplified if you deploy flares. To conduct a defensive break turn, roll to put the lift vector on or slightly below the bandit and pull to the lift or load limit, bleeding airspeed if you have it. Too much angle of bank in the DBT will allow the bandit turning room above you, but too little will make insufficient use of gravity to assist your turn rate. At the correct attitude, the bandit should be in a stable position relative to the horizon. Aim for this, but don't fettle the picture with roll. Stay with what you get. If the bandit is equipped with infrared missiles, stay out of afterburner and dispense infrared countermeasures until you are inside min range or their nose is far enough off for you to be outside the seeker gimbal limit. How much energy you bleed on your initial defensive break turn will depend on how far you assess the bandit is outside your turn circle. Bleeding all your energy down as the bandit enters is probably unwise, as it will leave them with a rate advantage. A pull to the bottom of the rate band is likely the better option. That said, a neutral high aspect pass is better than being defensive, so if the bandit is well outside your turn circle, it may be worth spending more knots to put your nose on and force a high aspect merge. For everything else in between, your first job is to assess their turn circle entry. They will either be early, late, or they'll nail it. An early turn circle entry will require the bandit to manage an impending overshoot. A recklessly early entry may even provide you with an opportunity to generate a high aspect pass. The bandit will appear nose on, and you will be holding them stationary or moving them forward in the canopy as you turn. You may be able to generate an overshoot or at least force the bandit to maneuver out of plane to prevent one. Your responses will be covered in the next video. If the bandit is late at the attack window, then there will be a lag initially and the fight will become more of a rate war. Again, a reckless bandit may present you with opportunities to neutralise the fight across the circle or exploit the vertical. The bandit's aircraft will initially move aft in your canopy, but you will see more and more of the top of their aircraft. Depending on how the bandit is positioned, you will either end up across the circle in a rate war or in misaligned turn circles with a potential option to build energy. A well-flown turn circle entry leaves you few options other than to continue to fly your best turn rate. Sooner or later you will need to defend against misaligned turn circles, providing the bandit with a shot opportunity, and at this point you may want to redefine the fight to something that better suits your strengths. The Bandit must enter your control zone correctly and efficiently, and this presents the first potentially exploitable error. Get your lift vector on or just under the Bandit and start to pull for a good defensive break turn. Stay tally. It's the only way you will be able to assess the Bandit maneuver. Assess what you see the Bandit doing. In the next video, we will go through what to do depending on what you see the Bandit doing. In the meantime, get a friend to watch the Defensive BFM series and go and practice together. Have your sparring partner enter your turn circle deliberately early, late, or nailed. Try to identify each from your cockpit and then debrief in TAC view. You'll see more errors and factors here than you ever will in real time. Review and repetition is the only way to build your muscle memory. Finally, check back here for the next video, which will cover reacting to Bandit turn circle entry. Thanks for watching.